Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Wow, so much news. This has been a week for lots and lots of articles, and we're going to talk about it all. So, Sabine and Bossk announced for Star Wars Legion. This is kind of a surprise. I kind of thought that we might have seen some Clone Wars stuff get announced by now, but I'm guessing, since they had so much other stuff coming out for Clone Wars already, maybe they want to get the other stuff out first. Maybe they want to let X-Wing's Clone Wars hit before they announce Legion's Clone Wars. They probably don't want those two to step on each other too much. But boy, there's an awful lot of stuff for Legion coming out. We're getting Sabine Wren and Bossk, both operatives, and we're going to take a look at them. They look amazing too, guys. This is so cool. Especially cool to see Ghost Crew, Spectre Crew coming into the game. More bounty hunters. It's very cool. So I think this kind of solidifies that there will probably not be a scum and villainy faction, since now not only do we have Boba, we also have Bossk. It seems like, if you were holding out hope for a scum and villainy faction for Legion, I would probably dismiss those concerns, since they're kind of doubling down that bounty hunters are Imperial. I get it. It probably is just cleaner that way, I think. But yeah, we're going to take a look at these. Oh, by the way, there's still plenty of time to enter to win the lightsaber giveaway. That is running all the way through the end of this month. So make sure you are a subscriber and make sure you leave a comment. Let me know which of these two you are more hyped about, Sabine or Bossk. Both operatives. And then you'll automatically be entered to win. We should be announcing the winner of that at the beginning of March. So stay tuned. There's more details for that on Crabbok.com. But yes. All right, so Sabine, very cool. Now, if you'll notice, she's got the jetpack on right there. This is gonna be a really custom. Like, these are customizable figures. Like, you can build her with the darksaber. You can build her with her guns. You can build her with her regular head. You can build her with her helmet. And of course, obviously, you can color her armor and her hair however you want, because it was multiple things throughout the show. So this is one you may want to get multiples of, just to have her built different ways and colored to different ways. Very, very cool. I wonder if some people will even try to build her up to be like a Bo-Katan kind of looking, setup as well. But very, very, very cool. Especially for those of you who want like a Mandalorian army, between Boba Fett and Sabine and multiple versions of them, you can really build out a full Mandalorian squad if you've got enough of these. Pretty cool stuff. But no, it's a good-looking sculpt. And again, they're getting better with the humanoid faces. And the great thing about this is, even if by the time you get it, if you're not super thrilled with the way the face looks, paint up the helmet. Put the helmet on. This is one that I'm not going to be gluing. I'm not going to be gluing in the heads, and I will not be gluing in the one arm, because I may want to swap it out for a darksaber. Very, very cool. All right, so we have Sabine Wren. And here you see in this version of our sculpt, she has got the darksaber in the other end and the helmet on. So they're already showing you, you can customize this. You can go darksaber or double blaster. Super, super cool. And she has got, if we look at her tokens, she's got a lot of extra tokens. It looks like she's got an immobilized token, that orange one, the same one Boba has. So she's probably got, again, she'll probably have some of the same tricks Boba Fett has. They talk about how you can use her as an artist. It looks like you've got her, her little spray paint on a token, and then she's got another token down at the bottom. It looks like maybe an EMP charge or some kind of radar or some kind of electricity inside a blue circle. So that's new. Let's take a closer up look at the goods, though, because this is cool. So she's going to be, as an operative, she's got some cool stuff going on. So I'm going to start off on the top left. The first thing is command cards. Typically, operatives have kind of just been able to activate themselves. But here, this 3-pip is called Legacy of Mandalore, and it shows her holding up, and look at all those Mandalorians in the background, right? Are we getting more Mandalorians? Is this a preview, right? They sometimes will do this, where you get a preview of things in the art, and it's like, hey, this is what's coming. So, maybe we'll see Mandalorians. It kind of makes sense too, right? Especially especially with the Mandalorian coming out. I think, of course that's not going to be for a while, but I think there's definitely a possibility to see Mandalorians show up. I don't know if they'll be their own faction or if they'll actually show up, maybe on both sides, Rebel and Empire. Could be very interesting. We also have Mandalorians in Clone Wars too. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I want to see how the Mandalorian handles the show. All right, so this one is Sabine Wren gains Inspire 1, and when she issues an order to a commander or a operative or a special forces unit, She gains either one aim token or a dodge token. And the cool thing is here, it's Sabine Wren plus 2 troopers. So here's a 3 pip for an operative that can kind of function like a commander. So that's kind of cool. And I guess maybe, I don't know if all of her command cards are going to have her issuing orders to other people, but at least in this one, it's showing her like in a command role. So maybe, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that all of her cards are going to give orders to other people? Or do you think that like this 3 pip is kind of like her representing her, like when she comes in, like accepts responsibility and takes up the dark side? I mean, that's what the art suggests. Very cool. The unit card, she looks to be about what, 125? A little expensive, but not super expensive, and looks very formidable. She's got jump 2, really good, just like Boba. Gunslinger like Han, which means when you shoot, you can shoot twice. Really good ranged attack there. Impervious, really good defense. Red defense die. Oh my gosh, Rebels are getting another red defense die. That's surprising. So it's just Luke and Sabine now, and like I still wonder why Luke has the red defense die. Maybe it's the Force. Maybe he's just using the Force to reinforce his T-shirt. All right, Impervious. So Impervious is really cool, and Nimble. So good abilities. Nothing like unique though. Nothing. She doesn't have anything that's like only Sabine has this. Everything she's got, somebody else already has, but she's got them all pushed together. Nimble's going to be really good too. She might be the hardest unit to kill ever, considering that she's got the red defense die, red defensive surge, impervious, and nimble. The only defensive keyword, like, you know, she doesn't have Han's uncanny luck. If she had, that would be kind of insane. But yeah, nimble and impervious are really, really nice with the red defense die and red defense surge already. Really, really cool. She has training 2 equipments, and she's got the gun upgrade. Now, we saw that on Jyn Erso as well. We've seen this gun upgrade before. It's just, I mean, it's basically, I don't even remember if they've said what this is called yet, but basically it's a weapon upgrade. All right, so she's got dual Westar 35 blaster pistols. They're rolling 3 dice, 1 of each color each, and it's only range 1 to 2, but she's got offensive surge to crit, and she's got Pierce 1 on there, which is really nice, especially if you consider Gunslinger is going to let her roll 6 dice for a ranged attack, which I think gives her maybe the best ranged attack of any Rebel, commander or operative, or of any Rebel single miniature. That's really, really solid. For melee, she's got 2 black, but you can give her the Darksaber. And this is a really cool, because it's not an auto include, right? Or maybe you think it is because she has a melee attack already. So and it's expensive. Darksaber's 25 points. Or let's finish looking at her. She's got 5 health, only 2 courage, so she could run. And I think the courage value being lower, I kind of thought she might have been a little bit higher than that, but maybe that's just because to balance her survivability, because she's very, like, if you keep shooting at her, she may dodge, cancel results, and then just roll blocks for the rest over and over and over again. Well, at a certain point, she might panic. So I think that's kind of the risk you're taking here. Is like, look, she's going to be hard to kill, but if you keep shooting at her, even if you don't kill her, maybe you'll make her run away or lose an action. And with that speed of 3, she's super mobile. The speed of 3, everyone. Holy cannoli, she's going to be awesome. Very, very awesome. So Sabine looks great. And so she's got the Darksaber, and she's got something else, electronic and then personal something, or persona. So she's got 2 other gadgets, and I'm guessing those are going to be Mandalorian kind of gadgets. That makes sense, because they don't look like things that we've seen already. So that would be kind of cool if they're Mandalorian gadgets. Like maybe she'll have a flamethrower or something, because there's still 1 card we can't see. Although I don't think Sabine has ever used a flamethrower, so maybe that's not something. But they also say that she's going to be an artist, and we do get that little graffiti token. So maybe that's what one of those upgrades is doing, is it's letting her spray paint. All right, so the Darksaber. The Darksaber's got 5 black dice. Let's see, it says you gain Dauntless after you roll. If you're suppressed, I can't really read all of that. While defending against a melee attack, you gain immune to Pierce, Impact 1, and Pierce 1. So that's really nice. So you're getting a Dauntless ability, and then when you're defending against melee, it gives you really good melee defense stats. And of course, you gain the melee weapon of 5 black dice with offensive surge to crit, so that's pretty good. That, like, she could potentially go toe-to-toe with Vader. Here, he has 6 red, but he doesn't have offensive surge. So, granted, he's got, like, Pierce 3, so, you know. But you'll have Pierce 1, and you're going to get him immune to Pierce. So, you know, like she could actually, she could stand up to Vader. Like, I would like to see Vader against Sabine. Like, who do you think would win in that fight? Looks really cool. I'm anxious to see more of her, but already, she looks really good. She's hypermobile with jump and speed 3. Good weapon. She can get in a range too. She's got good ranged attack, and you can build her out to be a good melee character as well. So, like, if you wanted to have her just bare bones, maybe she'd be good for going to get objectives. And in that case, her vulnerability, her weakness is going to be her relatively lower courage value. So you may be able to slow her down if you can get her suppressed. And she's, you know, if she's going that fast, she may panic. So, interesting. All right, and Bossk. Let's take a look at Bossk. First off, how about this sculpt? That scaly hide of his looks really, really good right here. So Bossk is looking crazy. All right, so, and again, look, we're getting multiple ways that you can configure Bossk. Like, he's going to have multiple arms. It looks really, really good here. Here he's holding his big gun, and here he's holding, they said, a Dioxis charge. So he's going to have some kind of, and he's got the mine, or like the charge token is a slightly different token. So he's going to be kind of like your saboteurs and your imperial saboteurs. He's going to be able to set some kind of bomb. Maybe that's the Dioxis charge they're talking about. Kind of looks like he's holding the same thing in the token there. But yeah, you'll be able to build him out in different ways. I don't know if they're going to have different head sculpts for Bossk. I think it may just be the arms that are different between the two. But that's still cool. That's still cool. He's also an operative. He's coming with some new tokens. He's got some yellow tokens. You see those yellow ones down there? And then we also have the what I'm assuming is the charge token there. So he's got some new stuff as well. Like, you know, too many new tokens though are going to overwhelm me. I hope they kind of take it easy. And I got to talk about. Is that a Tauntaun? Like, that's the first thing I noticed when I looked at this. Is that a Tauntaun? Endurance is a card we're getting with Bossk. Are we getting a Tauntaun? Now, granted, not every card art we see is like an indication of something we're going to get. But, dude, people want Tauntauns. And look at the card right behind it, right? It was Hunter. We saw Bossk, like, what, 6 months ago on a card? And all of a sudden, you're like, now we're getting Bossk. Isn't it a little bit like of a coincidence that they're showing? It's like, oh, hey, remember when we gave you this preview? Here's another one. So, we're seeing Tauntaun on art right there. So, that is pretty cool. Because what, yeah, or maybe it just means we're getting like, well, you know, I don't know. It looks cool though. I'm excited. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to look at here. So since I already talked about the Tauntaun card, let's see. It's called Endurance. It's another training one. It says at the end of the activation phase, you may remove a suppression token. So that's nice. That'll actually go pretty well with your Jin Urso and your Pathfinders and stuff. I could see that being a thing because, you know, they may want a whole lot, but they don't want. Maybe they want to scale it down just a little bit. So that's kind of cool. You have Lying in Wait. Bossk is got a command card of 3. Bossk gains Sharpshooter 1. After an enemy unit activates, Bossk gains an aim token. That's something. It doesn't say once. It says after an enemy unit activates, Bossk gains an aim token. So, correct me if I'm wrong here. I could have like 6 units activate and Bossk ends up just lying in wait, literally, with 6 aim tokens. So just like boom, just keep look. This was already a thing, right? With this 3-pip for the Empire, for the generic 3-pip. They're like, oh, you're gonna be able to get units with lots of aim tokens. Apparently, that's a thing now. You know, Bossk just keep re-roll it because you can re-roll a die multiple times. You just can't re-roll the same die multiple times with a single aim token. You have to re-roll multiple dice, or from up to 2 or 3 if you've got if you've got that upgrade. But so you couldn't like spend 1 aim token and re-roll the same die 2 times. You have to roll 2 different dice. But on a separate aim, if you've got multiple aim tokens, you can just keep rolling. That's pretty. I mean, I guess that's the only thing it does though. So that seems like a really strong 3-pip. It's only activating Bossk. He's lying in wait. And his weapon is pretty long range too. So, all right, so let's take a look at Bossk. He is at 115 or 195 or 175. It's harder to read his actual point cost. I'm guessing 115, but it might be more than that. He is an operative as well. He's got 2 training and 1 equipment. So if you want to give him hunter and endurance, you can potentially do that. He's got a decent melee. He's got 4 dice for his melee attack. He does have Search to Crit. His ranged weapon is really solid here. He's got this mortar rifle. It's range 2 to 4 though, so he can't do a range at close range. So he's actually going to be weak up close. If you get him at range 1, but not touching, he's not going to be able to have anything. He's going to have to move either to engage you or out of range to shoot you with his ranged weapon. And he doesn't have the gun upgrade, so it's not like he's got a second weapon that you could equip to him. So for 2 to 4, he's rolling red and 4 white. He has Pierce 1 and Suppressive, so it's like he's always going to be able to at least do 1 damage, right? But with the Surge to Crit, he can actually potentially hurt vehicles this way, because there's just as many surges on white dice as there are on any other die. So those white dice will work. White dice work great with Surge to Crit, especially when you're trying to, somebody's in heavy cover and you just need to get those crits. He's got Bounty, just like Boba Fett. So Bounty is a nasty keyword, especially if you want to bring a like a generic Rebel commander or Imperial commander for mirror matches. So again, you mark them with that bounty token, and if you kill him, you get a victory point. He's got Enraged 3. Chewbacca had Enraged 3. So once he has 3 or more wounds, his courage value goes to the dash, so he has no courage value anymore, and then he gains charge. It's a really good ability, especially for somebody who doesn't have a range 1 attack. He doesn't need it now. He's a speed 2, so he'll be able to charge fairly easily and move in and get a free melee attack after he charges. With 4 dice, a red, 2 black, and a white, and Pierce, and Search to Crit, that means his melee is actually going to be pretty solid. He's got Expert Climber and Unhindered, kind of like the Wookiees do, so he can jump over, climb over terrain with ease. But he's got this new ability called Regenerate 3. And 3 being the keyword here, so Regenerate's really the keyword, and the 3 is just the value of it. At the end of your activation, roll a white defense die for each wound token you have, up to 3, hence the word Regenerate 3. For each surge or block result, remove a wound token. So his Enraged, he might get Enraged, and then he might eventually lose Enraged, which is interesting. There's all kinds of weird little things that make me wonder about, like, how is that really going to work? So, like, let's say he's got a whole bunch of suppression, but then he gets wounded, now he loses his courage. All the suppression go away, right? Because you can't have suppression tokens if you have no courage value, right? Because Vader doesn't get suppression tokens. So let's say he loses all of those suppression tokens, then he heals, and then and now all of a sudden, and I guess he's going to go back to having no suppression. So that's like one way to get rid of a whole bunch of suppression is just, take a little bit of damage and then heal it back up. Possibly. So yeah, let's see. I think that's everything. He's got lying in wait. He's got 2 more command cards. We haven't seen those. He's got another equipment that we haven't seen there. White defense die, 7 health. He's gonna be hard to kill. Well, or it's gonna take some time to kill him. But he doesn't have defensive surge and only a white defense die, so he won't be that hard to wound. You just have to be careful about wounding him because, again, you don't want to give him charge if he's too close to you. And he can heal. So if you are going to shoot him, you got to shoot him. You don't want to just take pot shots on him because he'll just regenerate that and waste your effort. So that's pretty cool. Lot of stuff to look at with this announcement today. Sabine and Bossk coming to your tabletop. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you think it deserves a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Are you as excited about this as I am? I want to thank you all guys for subscribing, for continuing to watch my videos. You guys are really helping the channel grow. And big thanks to my patrons on Patreon as well. You guys definitely help make this all possible. So I want to thank you guys as well. I want to thank FFG for making this awesome content for models that we can actually configure multiple ways now. I like that as well. I'm glad to see Star Wars Rebels stuff making it in-game. Very, very cool. But I'm also anxious for Clone Wars. So, bring us that too, please. All right, let me know, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day.